Shadows whisper down the hall. Footsteps echo in the dark. Another case, another spark. Digging deep, the secrets hide. Truth they bury, it survives. Piece by piece, we break the lies. Light up and alive. We're seeking truth, no stone unturned. Every clue, every word. Justice waits in hidden wounds. We won't stop. We're seeking truth. Victims lost and gone. Echoes scream, but life moves on. Fleeing faces, mystery calls. Answers waiting in the walls. Digging deep where secrets hide. Truth they bury, it survives. Piece by piece, we break the lies. Light up and alive. We're seeking truth, no stone unturned. Every clue, every word. Justice waits in hidden rooms. We won't stop. We're seeking truths. Through the static, through the fear, we'll uncover what's unclear. We're seeking truth, no stone unturned. Every clue, every word. Justice waits in hidden rooms. We won't stop. We're seeking truth. No, we won't stop. No, we won't stop. We're seeking truth.
All right. Hi, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? What's happening? All right, here we go. I'll see you in a second. 30 seconds. Because me has to hurry. I have to hurry. I can't. We can't be here for a long one, okay? Unfortunately, we can't. Well, hello, hello, hello. If anybody's out here, let me know. Let me know. I'm kind of pop up for you. I kind of like the quick pop-ups. Normally I go a little bit later, but tonight's Saturday. Last Saturday I failed my hubby and didn't get to watch the movie with him. Tonight it's been Ghoulie, and I have to watch it. I have to watch this movie. I ain't seen it in ages, and we're pretty sure it's the one with Jennifer Aniston in the movie Leprechaun. So let me know in the comments what your plans are tonight. If you have a hubby, or if you're just going to do something with some family, or if you're just going to do whatever, put it in the comments. Tell me what you're doing. Even if you're doing stuff with your kids, hey, at least you're doing something. If you're just going to chill at home alone, hey, that's okay too. It's okay to be alone. You don't have to have, my mom is about to be living alone here soon. I'm about to put my foot down and not let her keep going in the predicament she's going. I got mad at her tonight, so I was like, well, okay, I'll call you later, because she made me upset, and I'm mad at her, because I'm like, I didn't just come down to do something for you just to let it all happen again. And then they're not gonna, the people that that are there are going to do what they're supposed to do. I already know it. So, this is a tough subject, by the way. I don't know if you guys have read. I know my descriptions are long or whatnot, but I just, want to be here and let people, want to make sure that the description's good and like you know what we're going to talk about, the case, so that way to be prepared. And I also was able to make sure I put the description links in as well. So I got that finally done. Let's go chat about it. Let me go. We're just gonna get in here really quick. We're just gonna get in here. The first thing I'm gonna show you, so I don't have chat pulled up right away. So hey, say hey when you get in here, okay? Okay. So domestic violence happens again, okay? Her name is Nikki Saelee-McCain, okay? 39 years old, a mother of 4, okay? Ripped from this beautiful earth. This is her husband. This is a piece of shit monster named Tyler. I do believe that the monster's name is Tyler. I wrote monster down in my notes. So, yeah. So this is California missing mom. Now, just to let you guys know, the body has not been, Nikki has not been recovered yet. Now, the husband is charged with murder of 15 months after she vanished. Now, she's been gone. She vanished. And 15 months later, he's being charged with homicide. Okay? And this is the first time ever in California that they have charged without a body. Okay? We hear that in one of the clips that we're going to go over. You guys all know my research and I do a lot of research. I take time and pride into my researching and in my notes. Okay? I'm very note taking has always been my strong. I've always loved taking notes. But then sometimes I have a hard time remembering my own writing. Okay, very beautiful woman. Nikki was a very loving mother. A wife vanished without 10 months ago. And how it became an investigation in Los Angeles. And we're going to go through the article as soon as I figure out how to get out of my note taking here. I do believe, I don't know if these are both her sisters, but I do know one of them is her sister, okay? We're going to watch the news clip of how the husband spoke and wanted to asking her back. But I just wanted I wanted to go through this. I wanted to show you guys, this monster. Look at him. From when 15 months later after this has happened. Just horrible, you guys. Now, this one says 10,000 reward, but now the reward was up to $50,000 reward. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me correct that. Sorry, it's not a 50. I'm sorry. It's $30,000 reward. And I will pull that up in one of the articles that I show you too. This might have been prior. This picture might have been prior. Keep going. Beautiful woman. So sad. Also, let me go back to my notes. So she went missing, and we're going to go over the timeline or the what am I missing? My words messing up. I haven't been live in a few days, so I haven't been. The timeline of when she vanished, we have that. A lot of times they're classified as keynotes. I think I have the number posted as well. And this happened in 2024, but he's just now being charged. This man right here, her husband, is being charged with homicide. Oh, look how beautiful the wedding was. The husband are dropped against her husband. Now, the crazy thing to this story, guys, is she had a prior investigation open due to a prior domestic violence incident, and his motive to unaliving her was to keep her from testifying. So she went missing. So then they dropped those charges. So he's also going to be charged for that. Justice for Nikki. I'm so glad they blocked that out. I didn't even know that picture was in here. I'm so glad they did that. But that's him. And their loving, beautiful family that he destroyed. $30,000 reward to help find the missing mother, Nikki Saelee-McCain, missing from Shasta County, California. Number is 530-245-6135. Okay, guys, so that's Major Crimes Unit. If you have any information, I think I show that in a link in my notes here, but it came up early, so let me just write this down just in case if I have to repeat it again sooner. We have it, okay? So that was we got two more. 29 out of 30, and I'm pretty sure these are her sisters, best friends of hers. But it's just so sad. These are some of the links. I know I did post some in my description. But let's go up to the beginning here. Those are the pictures we just went through. Okay, so let's get into it. So, my chair is sitting up higher, so I'm not used to this. Let's see. Okay. So Nikki is a 39-year-old mother of four from Shasta County, California. The disappearance in her investigation, her last seen was May 18th of 2024. So she was last seen at her home in Orlando Road, Anderson, CA, where she lived with her husband, Tyler McCain. She reported missing by May 22nd by family members. The vehicle, May 25th, was found. Her Chevy Algalant was discovered near Bigham, Georgia Bridge with evidence suggested foul play. Homicide ruling in March 2025 in her case was officially classified as a homicide. Domestic violence and legal context. Nikki had filed domestic violence charges against her husband back in 2023 in December. Okay. If they would have just got it done back, if they would have just not let him out, or if they would have arrested him, I feel like she would still be here. Why? It says charges of domestic violence were domestic violence charges against Tyler. I don't know exactly what happened with that, but then the whole reason why they dropped the charges was because she went missing and she vanished. I got ahead of myself, but it's just so crazy that he was out. So she filed charges against Tyler in December 2023, stemming from the November assault. So in November, he did some really cool things. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show some clips. I'm also going to take a peek at Law and Crime really quick if we got time. But so he was scheduled to testify in court June 3rd of 2024, but vanished before the hearing. The charges were dismissed in July 24 due to her absence, prompting the public's frustration and advocacy rails. Arrest charges August 20th, 2025. Tyler McCain was taken into custody and charged with first-degree murder, domestic violence, and multiple related offenses, including intent to prevent testimony and legal enhancement that could lead to life without parole, illegal possessions of firearms and ammunition, forgery and involving joint treasury check, and destruction of evidence and with burning Nikki's ID. A confidential informant reported that Tyler admitted to killing Nikki on May 18th of 2024. The law enforcement recovered physical evidence from the home and vehicle, though Nikki's remains are still missing. The family and community response. Nikki's sisters, Kia Ford and Chloe Saelee, have been local advocates attending the press conferences and court hearings. The community efforts include billboards, rails, a $30,000 reward for any information leading to Nikki's recovery. And this case has galvanized public's attention around domestic violence and missing persons and the justice system's gaps. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay, so now we're back. Everybody here? Hi, Smoke and Mirrors. I remember when this happened, but I haven't heard anything about it in a while. Yeah, Smoke and Mirrors, I remember this as well. And then somehow when I was doing research this morning, I got something in my eye. I had pulled this up. I had seen it on Law and Crime, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't see anybody else talking about this, so let's bring another awareness, another case of domestic violence to the platform. Let's give her a voice. Let's let her know that there's a lot of stuff happening in the world, but your story still does matter. Even if it's just me talking about it, at least I know that I have given her story a little bit of a light, other than just these major big crime, like Law and Crime. So it's just, there's a couple other ones, Microsoft, MSN, all these news people, CB, sometimes that helps gets the word out. But we have a lot of big creators on this platform, and I didn't see nobody talking about it, so I thought this would be perfect. Especially, I am a domestic violence survivor myself. So, and I can't believe that fucker is out now. I'm still kind of worried about that. Anyways, let me go to the next. I'm going to highlight your comment. Okay, so next thing we're going to go to is, let's see here, because I have more on this and I want to bring it to you guys' attention. So, we're going to go to this one. Okay, now, here's another article. I do think this one might be the video. It might not be. So this is crime online, and this was posted. Husband is arrested for wife's murder days after announcing that
New tonight from Shasta County, where 15 months after a woman went.
Still, no body has been found. Nikki Saelee-McCain went reported missing in May of last year. Last seen at a Reading hospital and last known to be at her Anderson home. Well, at one point, when investigators found her car, authorities say they found evidence to support foul play. The couple's home was then searched a few months ago. The Shasta County District Attorney said today that Nikki's husband, Tyler, admitted to murdering her. Her sister spoke today about that during that announcement.
The community, thank you for standing by us. Your prayers, support, and strength have reminded us that we are not alone in our journey.
Nothing can erase the pain of losing her, but knowing that the person responsible is being held accountable allows us to move forward with hope.
Yes, closure, but it has been a grueling time for that family. The district attorney's office said today they are refiling domestic violence charges for McCain from a December 2023 case. Now, last August, a judge dismissed those charges because Nikki was not able to testify as a witness and the lack of charges. Tyler's being held without bail and will be in court Friday.
Can anybody hear me? Hi, y'all. I'm muted. I don't know how in the hell that freaking happened. Did anybody hear me? I guess I better pull up chat. I'm such a ding dong. I don't know. It said I lost connection. Hi, Mary Jane. How much of the video did you guys see? Any of the video at all that I just played? Hi, guys. Okay, let me go pull up my chat here. Hold on. Did you guys hear any of that video? You can hear me now. Okay. What about in that video? Hi, I'm doing okay, Smoking. How are you doing, Smoking? Mary Jane Doe in the house. Mary Jane Doe. She in the house. So is Smoking. Oh my God, I feel like a ding dong. How did that happen? My mic just went off. Do I need to re-show that video again? If not, I have something other than a video, a better video. I'm doing okay. So do I need to, yes, replay it, or yes, you heard the video? Because I'm a ding dong. I didn't know that happened. Mary Jane Doe in the house. Mary Jane Doe. She in the house. That's so funny. Okay. I'm going to replay. Oh, the video worked. Okay, perfect. Cool. So then let's go. Come with me. I have chat pulled up. So now we're going to go to, I think it's this one. Okay. Yay, we're on the right one. Okay. Now, this, okay. So this is what he looks like now. Yuck. Like, he looks really rough there. This is 15 months after. I think I'm on a lag here. Okay. So 15 months after, this is when he was arrested. I just cannot believe this guy. This is the crime scene. This is the house. There was a video at the bottom right here. We'll watch the other one in a second, because I'm afraid it might mess up. So let's see.
We need something bigger, like Charmin Mega Double XL.
McCain is under arrest tonight for her murder.
The Northeast News' Mike Mangus begins her team coverage.
Nikki has been missing since May of 2024. Community concern and interest have been overwhelming since her sister first reported her disappearance. During an afternoon news conference, Sheriff Michael Johnson and District Attorney Stephanie Bridget made the case for refiling domestic violence charges, along with no body homicide, a first in Shasta County.
Based on the evidence gathered.
So yes, see, remember I told you guys that earlier? So that was the first ever for them to ever charge a case like this.
Information learned from interviews and the fact that no one in Nikki's family has seen or heard from Nikki since her disappearance, the detectives has determined that Nikki is a victim of homicide.
Oh.
Detectives also further concluded that Nikki's husband, Tyler Scott McCain, is responsible for Nikki's death and disappearance. Detectives recently obtained a murder arrest warrant for Tyler McCain, and today at about 10:15 a.m., Tyler McCain was arrested.
Good.
He was ultimately booked in the Shasta County Jail with no bail for the murder of Nikki.
We filed an enhancement to the murder charge for murder with intent to prevent testimony. The testimony, as I said, refers to the testimony that would have been her testimony in the domestic violence case. It is our belief that Tyler McCain murdered his wife, Nikki McCain, to prevent her from testifying in the domestic violence case. This enhancement elevates the murder charge from a sentence of 20.
One of the biggest parallels I see between tennis and jewelry design is how
5 to life to life.
Can everybody hear the video? Can we hear the video? Yes, the video you could hear. Okay. Can you guys hear this one that I'm playing now, correct? I hope so. I don't want to mess it up, okay? I've already had it mess up already. I'm glad they're going to bring back the charges that she had prior put on this man. And it makes me really mad that this poor woman even went through this. She went through hell and torture with this man in the November attack that he did to her. A long crime. We're going to watch a little bit of that clip. But It's just, this is horrible.
Life without the possibility of parole.
Nikki McCain's family members were present at the news conference, saying while they're grateful for the community support and law enforcement's efforts, they want a conviction.
While this arrest is an important step, our fight is not over. We are still fighting for justice to be fully served, for my sister's memory to be honored, and for the healing of our family and community. Nothing can erase the pain of losing her, but knowing that the person responsible is being held accountable allows us to move forward with hope. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
Tyler McCain is being held in the Shasta County Jail without bail. A criminal complaint will be filed tomorrow morning, and he'll be arraigned Friday afternoon.
Now, while the news conference was happening, deputies were at Tyler McCain's home in Happy Valley. This is how it looked on Olinda Road. Lots of patrol vehicles. Deputies told our crews there they were searching the property and collecting evidence. At least 2 other search warrants have been executed at this home during the investigation.
And new information is coming to light following that news conference. The North States News' Devin Herenda takes a closer look at the investigation that led to today's arrest.
Tyler McCain was arrested Wednesday in the murder investigation of his wife, Nikki Saelee-McCain, 15 months after she disappeared. At a news conference with the Shasta County Sheriff and District Attorney, many new details about the case were revealed. A key piece of evidence came for detectives a week after Nikki was last seen in May 2024, when her Chevy Avalanche was located near Highway 36 and Beacom Road. Detectives saying an overwhelming odor of decomposition was coming from the truck bed. In the bed, a white sheet with blood and other stains on it. Forensic testing by the Department of Justice confirmed the blood belonged to Nikki. Additional testing in the bed and cab pointed at Tyler being the primary source of, as the DA's office says, DNA on items unrelated to blood or bodily fluids. Another step in the investigation came when Tyler was pulled over on April 1st of this year. Officers said he was seen throwing items from the car. During the stop, they found Nikki's driver's license and Tyler's wallet, partially burned. More evidence came from a confidential informant who told detectives Tyler admitted to killing Nikki the day after she disappeared. We also learned more about the November 2023 domestic.
This idiot gets pulled over, and as he gets pulled over, he's throwing out these items out the window. Like, you're on camera doing it. The cop cars all have cameras when they pull anybody over. So how stupid can you be to think you're going to throw it out the window and the cop not see it? Like, come on.
Violence incident that later led to felony charges for Tyler. Detectives revealing Nikki had 2 black eyes and other facial trauma when she filed her report. She said Tyler assaulted her for 3 hours, striking her in the face multiple times, binding her ankles and wrists with tape, and putting tape over her mouth. Nikki said she feared for her life and believed she was going to die. Reporting in Shasta County, Devin Herenda, the North States News.
Both the DA and sheriff took a moment today to acknowledge the frustration with the lack of information throughout this case. They say it's necessary to ensure the integrity of the investigation and now the prosecution as the case moves forward. A $30,000 reward still remains for anyone who has information leading to Nikki's location.
The case has captivated the community and beyond. Let's look at some of the key dates. May 17th, 2024, the last day Nikki communicated with her sisters by text message. May 25th of that year, Nikki's 2002 Chevy Avalanche was found near Highway 36 West in Beacom Road. A white sheet was found in the truck bed with Nikki's blood along with other stains on it. July 5th of 2024, the domestic violence case against Tyler was dropped. He had been facing 4 felony charges. Case updates seemed to have slowed down from there, with no new information until March 10th of this year, when the family held a news conference with the sheriff's office to keep up interest in the case. Tyler spoke for the first time publicly there, apologizing for not being in the public eye, then asking for help to find his wife. Then on March 14th, the sheriff's office escalated Nikki's disappearance to a homicide after serving a search warrant at Tyler's home. On April 1st, Tyler was pulled over on Highway 299 East, where detectives say they found Nikki's California driver's license in his back pocket, partially burned.
And support for the mother of 4 has been strong throughout Shasta County and beyond since she first disappeared 15 months ago. Nikki's family and people in the community conducting numerous searches and public rallies to keep this case in the spotlight. And it worked, as her case was featured on several national outlets and true crime podcasts. There are hundreds of posts on social media dedicated to getting justice for Nikki.
Well, I didn't see this story on big broadcast. Well, who am I not watching then? I need to be watching the people that are doing this. Yeah.
We have more information available on this homicide case. You can watch this afternoon's full news conference on our KRCR YouTube page. We'll have more coverage on this tonight.
It's so sad. So entirely sad. Uh-oh. Port Clinton, Ohio. That's my hometown. 2 suspects arrested after foot chase through Port Clinton neighborhood. 2 suspects are arrested. Okay, what happened here? Port Clinton, Ohio. Sorry, we're going to go sidebar for a moment. 2 suspects arrested after a foot chase through Port Clinton neighborhoods. 2 suspects were taken into custody and schools were placed into a brief lockdown following the foot pursuit Friday afternoon in Port Clinton. That's why the schools were on lockdown. According to the Port Clinton Police Department, an officer attempted to traffic stop around 1:30 in the 200 block of Harrison Street. The police say, I was with my mom at Walmart and my ex-friend was there, and she said her kid said there's something weird going on. The school was on lockdown. Well, this is why. Attempted this traffic stop, 1K, petty, blah, 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 blah. 200 block of Harrison Street. Police say the passengers ran from the vehicles, prompting a chase involving officers from Port Clinton, the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office, and Catawba, Iowa Police Department. It took all 3 police departments and sheriffs okay, wow. Anywho, the pursuit continued through several neighborhoods, including West 2nd Street, West 3rd Street. Yeah, that was right down by my mama's. I had no idea. Okay. Community Alice Street, the area between Baton Memorial Intermediate School. I went to Baton Memorial School. That's crazy. Police say the chase ended up in the 600 block of Laurel Avenue. That is crazy. Because I must have been packing up the car. I wonder, oh no, we were at Walmart. That's probably why we didn't hear all that shit going on. Sorry, y'all. I had to take a sidebar when I read this. I need to take a picture of it and show it to my mom. This is crazy. Okay, so then during the chase, a witness told officers the suspect was believed to have a firearm, according to the police. Within the pursuit entering the area of Baton School, it was decided dismissal of school would be delayed to prevent any incident involving students, parents, or staff. Police said in the press release. 2 suspects were taken into the custody and booked into Ottawa County Detention Facility. Police said both faced multiple felony charges. Additional details, including the suspects and names, specific charges that they face, have not been yet released. It's unclear either the suspect was confirmed to have a gun. Press release incident involving police August 22nd, approximately 1:30. Wow. That is crazy. Y'all, that's my hometown, man. My mama still lives there. I gotta make sure my mama all right. Look, beautiful raised, born and raised in a little town like this. You guys would have lake areas of shit, though. It's a very... Port Clinton doesn't get nothing, okay? Although we have had 2 murders, we've had a couple murders, we've had a few incidents. We've had Harley go missing. Harley was a little boy who wanted to be a YouTuber, close to the friend that I know. So we've had some stuff, but like this in the middle of a school going on at school time, because I just remember my friend saying, oh, my kids just texted me, said there was something weird going on at the school. They're on lockdown. So now I know why. Okay, now I know that. I can call mom and tell her that. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to show you is, all right, let me go to it. I'm glad everybody's here. Hi, everybody. That's so weird. I know. Okay, let me read up some chat here. Let me go up to the beginning. Okay, so we got it. Okay, it's weird. Excuse me. So they had Shepherd's Air Force Base on lockdown last week. Wow. 2 men drove up and told them that they had a base on lockdown, and they arrested the guys, and they had a bee in the car, but it was fake. Wow. Smoke and mirrors. That's crazy. At an Air Force Base? Wow. That's just crazy, though, because my hometown and my mom and I, we were at Walmart, and we were I don't know what we were doing. I think she had to get my nephew something for his little birthday. Got him a little birthday gift. Got me a little something. Birthday is coming up, August 28th. My dream restaurant to go to is Red Robin. So if anybody would like to make that happen, it's not mandatory, but that has been my dream restaurant to go to, and it's not that expensive. It'd be me and the hubby, and even though the hubby hates going out to eat, he does not like to go to restaurants. But I am going to post my Cash App only because my birthday's August 28th, and I've always dreamed about going to Red Robin and having the bombless fries, even though I have not ate those french fries since an incident happened back when I was a little kid. Okay? It's not an option. Do you get steak fries like that? And when you buy them from a store, they just don't always come out perfect and come out that great. And I can't tell you the story because then I won't eat them. I won't go to Red Robin to eat them. And I really want to try them. But this next thing we're going to go to is Law and Crime. So Law and Crime, I did put their link in and stuff. So hopefully they don't get me. But we're going to watch a little bit of this. And then have one video from News Station.
It's a thing.
That I want to bring to you guys' attention, okay?
Nikki is still not home. Nikki is still out there somewhere, and we want her back.
A missing California woman has never been found, but authorities in Shasta County have announced they believe she is dead and her own husband is responsible. Now, many in the community had suspected him from
Shout
the
out to
start. His
Jesse
arrest means
Weber.
they are one step closer to getting justice. We've got the latest developments in the
want
case
you
of
guys
Nikki
to see-
Saelee-McCain, and we are talking with her own sisters about their journey so far and what comes next. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. When we first told you about Nikki Saelee-McCain's disappearance from her home near Redding, California, there really wasn't a lot of information out there. We knew Nikki, a 39-year-old mom of 4, was reported missing by her sister on May 22nd, 2024. We knew that Shasta County investigators were trying to figure out what happened to her. We knew that her husband, Tyler Scott McCain, had been facing charges in connection with domestic violence, an incident in November of 2023. We know that those charges ended up being dropped because Nikki wasn't available to testify. But here's where things changed. During a news conference that was organized by Nikki's family to keep Nikki's story in the public eye, we got to say, Tyler looked arguably visibly uncomfortable.
Look at him.
As he spoke to
He
reporters.
fucking speaks, guys.
FBI for getting involved. Any efforts that might help bring my wife home, safely.
Hold on.
We miss you. I don't really know what to say. I haven't been in the public eye, and I haven't done very well with it. I apologize to everyone, especially. We miss you. I don't really know what to say. I haven't been in the public eye.
The sister was just like, what?
I haven't done very well with it. I apologize to everyone, especially my children, my wife's family, mine as well. I'm just here in support, so anything that I can do, I want to do that. So, okay, I'll take care.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you. And in March of this year, the district attorney's office announced that despite Nikki's body not being found, they were investigating this case as a homicide. And around that same time, according to news station KCRA, the FBI and agents from the Department of Homeland Security, they served a search warrant on the Olinda Road home. Nikki's family, their friends, they pushed very hard for answers here. They've conducted searches, they've held candlelight vigils, they've spread the word about Nikki's disappearance across the country. And on Wednesday, officials announced on Wednesday that they had arrested Tyler McCain, that he had been arrested and charged with Nikki's murder, along, by the way, with a slew of other charges. Now, he was being held without bail. His first court appearance is scheduled for this afternoon. But according to the district attorney, this is the first time a no-body murder case has been charged in this county. So we want to take a look at this updated timeline from the Shasta County Sheriff's Office and the District Attorney's Office, because we think it's important to get perspective here. So Nikki was last seen in public at the Mercy Medical Center in Reading on Friday, May 17, 2024. It's believed that she was at home after that, and her phone apparently connected to the network at her house just after 3 a.m. on Saturday, May 18th. But no one heard from or saw Nikki again. One of her sisters, Chloe, reported her missing on May 22nd, and Shasta County deputies served a search warrant on Saturday, May 25th. Let's take a listen, though, to what Sheriff Michael Johnson had to say at Wednesday's news conference.
A day after taking the missing persons case, detectives served a search warrant at Nikki and Tyler's residence. Various items of evidentiary value were seized as evidence. However, Nikki was not located. On May 25th, 2024, Nikki's vehicle, that Chevy Avalanche, was located by a citizen off of Highway 36 in an area near Platina, kind of on the border of Shasta and Tehama counties. Detectives and crime scene investigators processed the vehicle and located physical evidence which indicated foul play. The area where Nikki's vehicle was located was searched extensively by Sheriff's Office employees and our search and rescue teams. But again, Nikki was not located. Since the start of this investigation, detectives and law enforcement and allied agencies have worked tirelessly to locate Nikki and to determine the events surrounding her disappearance. Detectives have served search warrants, conducted numerous field searches, multiple interviews of family members, friends, and acquaintances, all to no avail. We still have not located Nikki. Based on the evidence gathered, information learned from interviews, and the fact that no one in Nikki's family has seen or heard from Nikki since her disappearance, the detectives has determined that Nikki is a victim of homicide. Detectives also further concluded that Nikki's husband, Tyler Scott McCain, is responsible for Nikki's death and disappearance. Detectives recently obtained a murder arrest warrant for Tyler McCain, and today at about 10:15 a.m., Tyler McCain was arrested. He was ultimately booked in the Shasta County Jail with no bail for the murder of Nikki.
Let me break that down a little bit, okay? So first, let's talk about the evidence that police apparently found when they located Nikki's truck. According to a press release from the DA's office, quote, on Saturday, May 25th, 2024, Nikki's Chevrolet Avalanche was located off the roadway near Highway 26 and Begum Road, close to the Shasta-Tehama County border, after a citizen reported seeing it in the area. An overwhelming odor of decomposition was emitting from the truck bed, which had an enclosed tonneau-style covering. A white sheet with apparent blood and various staining was located in the truck bed. Multiple items, including the sheet and apparent blood, were submitted to the California Department of Justice Bureau Forensic Services, where testing confirmed the blood belonged to Nikki. Further forensic analysis of items recovered from the vehicle's interior and truck bed provided overwhelming support that Tyler McCain was the primary source of DNA on items unrelated to blood or bodily fluids.
Sick fucker.
So you have District Attorney Stephanie Bridget, who also spoke at that news conference and provided a little bit more information.
As the sheriff said, her body has not been found. And it is still our hope that she will be located. But under the laws of the state of California, we're not required to have a person's body in order to charge murder. That's what we call a no-body homicide case. That is what we filed. And I'm sure many of you are asking, no, we've never filed that type of case in Shasta County before.
See, told you my notes were
very
correct
hard on this case. And to me, despite not finding her body, we have been provided with overwhelming evidence.
That's so sad. If they would have just
dead,
if they would have just did when she filed those charges, they should have just got her then. That's the second lockdown this year since school started. I know, I can't believe it. they had to stand there next to him. They probably already knew it was him. Yeah, Smoking, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the sisters already knew that it was going to be him. And that the one sister, when she looked at him, was like, "Are you for real right now?" I'm sure she wanted to come across, because that look, that turn she gave was so, I mean, you could just feel that vibe of her head turn, and just to look, and like, he had showed no emotion. He wasn't crying. He wasn't like, I mean, the sisters weren't really crying, but you could tell they were devastated. They, they could tell like they were going through some kind of trauma. That man showed nothing. Nothing.
But that Tyler McCain is responsible for her murder.
Now, according to the DA,
and if they would have stopped it and they would have kept the charges against him and did more, she probably would still be here.
it is believed that Tyler killed Nikki to keep her from testifying about graphic and brutal domestic violence that was happening behind closed doors. And the press release got into more detail. Quote, a confidential informant provided a statement to detectives reporting that Tyler McCain admitted to killing Nikki on May 18, 2024, after a domestic violence incident. Further investigation revealed a history of domestic violence between Tyler McCain and Nikki dating back to approximately 2020. On December 1st, 2023, Nikki filed a report with the Shasta County Sheriff's Office following a domestic violence incident with Tyler McCain the week prior. The sheriff's deputy contacted Nikki at Mercy Medical Center, where she was seeking treatment, and observed obvious injuries to Nikki's face, including blackened eyes and other facial trauma. Nikki stated on November 29th, 2023, she was physically assaulted by her husband, Tyler McCain, at their home for approximately 3 hours. During this time, Tyler McCain struck Nikki in the face multiple times, pulled her hair, poured large amounts of
trigger warning, you guys. Trigger warning.
Water over her, bound her ankles and wrists together with tape, and covered her mouth with tape. Nikki stated, based on the events, she was in fear for her life and believed she was going to die. Now, that is just so chilling, considering what he's accused of doing right now. And I can't imagine what it is like to live through something like that, assuming these allegations
I can't imagine that either.
Tyler was charged with felony domestic violence for the attack. He pleaded not guilty. Those charges were dropped in July of 2024 after Nikki went missing, right? No one to testify about it. But now they have been refiled. And the DA further explained the vast assortment of charges that Tyler faces right now as he sits behind bars with no bail.
Gourmet for less at Aldi makes you feel extra.
Stupid ad. Sorry, y'all.
It's an Aldi thing.
Do you have a clean driving record? Yeah. Are you over 25? Do you not have a DUI? Then you're likely paying too much for car.
Okay.
Count 1 in this complaint charges murder, but it also has an enhancement that goes with it, that the murder was committed with the intent to prevent testimony. And that's to prevent the testimony of Nikki McCain in the domestic violence case that was pending at the time that she went missing. Count 2 through 5 are domestic violence charges for McCain's assault on Nikki occurring December 2nd of 2023. Those are the domestic violence charges that were pending at the time that she went missing. Those are the same charges that my office dismissed in July of 2024, shortly after she went missing. We are refiling all of those charges. They include corporal injury to a spouse, false imprisonment, criminal threats, assault, and assault with force likely to cause great bodily injury.
Because this is like,
we also filed additional charges. Counts 6 to 8 arise out of a straw that was served on Tyler McCain's home shortly after Nikki went missing. And as a result of that search, she is facing illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition after a criminal protective order had been issued protecting Nikki McCain prior to her going missing. Count 9 charges forgery occurring May 29th, again after Nikki went missing around May 18th. Shortly after Nikki was reported missing, this forgery charge results out of a forged signature on a joint tax return check that we believe that Tyler McCain forged herself to cash that check. Counts 10 through 12 are for various violations occurring on April 1st of this year. After Nikki had been reported missing for almost an entire year, McCain was observed throwing items out of his vehicle, and when he was pulled over, on his possession was a burnt California.
So I did, because I wanted to backtrack a little bit too. I'm glad that this came back up, because he had the ID on him, but he was throwing other article stuff out of the window. So I'm glad that came back up.
Driver's license for Nikki. California driver's license are for various violations occurring on April 1st of this year. After Nikki had been reported missing for almost an entire year, McCain was observed throwing items out of his vehicle, and when he was pulled over, on his possession was a burnt California.
So I stand corrected. He was throwing items out of the window, but he did have the burnt ID of Nikki.
Driver's license for Nikki McCain.
So here's the thing. We go back to April, and the DA's office revealed that Tyler had been acting suspiciously while out on the road, and that helped them uncover yet more evidence.
Oh, wait.
That he was allegedly involved in Nikki's disappearance. You go to April 1st, 2025, there was a traffic stop that was conducted on Tyler McCain near Highway 299 and Dusty Oaks Trail. And this is said that this was after observations of being unable to maintain traffic lanes and throwing unknown objects out of the vehicle. During the traffic stop, detectives located Tyler McCain's wallet in his back right pocket. Upon further inspection, detectives located Nikki's California driver's license, which had partial burn damage to it. A records check confirmed Tyler McCain had a suspended driver's license and multiple convictions for driving on a suspended license. By the way, we were able to see those convictions on Tyler McCain's Truth Finder report. All we had to do was put in his name, location, popped right up. In the criminal history section, you can see how many times he's been arrested and convicted for driving without.
All right, so that's enough. So if you guys want to go finish, check out Law and Crime, Jesse Weber. If you guys want to hear the rest of Nikki, it's horrible that this poor woman lost her life because it is so sad. It breaks my heart. Because I do have something else to show you, and it's already 7 o'clock, and I have not made dinner yet. So I do have something very important I want to show you guys, especially if you guys are kids. So please don't leave yet. Let me just go and pull it up really quick here. Just bear with me 2 seconds here. You guys, this
Are you
is
still wearing
serious.
regular pants? Why?
Scary.
You can wear new
I know
Skechers
a
slip-in
lot of
pants.
kids-
They have a stretchy elastic waistband, so it's easy just to.
In your lawsuit against the pop.
I know a lot of kids play this game, okay? This is something serious. You guys, parents need to know about this. And so I'm bringing this to you guys' attention. This was on News Nation. This was 8 hours ago, okay? There's other stuff on this as well. But you guys need to hear this. This is serious. This is a Roblox lawsuit. And this is, not the only. There's another one. There's other ones out there. This is bad. So I'm gonna let this play. If you guys got kids out there, make sure you're checking their Roblox game, any of those games that they're playing. Check your kids' apps. It's very, very important. I used to check my nieces and nephews. I used to be on my niece Caitlin about hers. Her PlayStation accounts. Stuff that used to be locked. Just because her brother, it was unsafe. She has an autistic brother, so we used to lock down even on her stuff because he would steal her phone and So parents, aunts, uncles, do what you gotta do.
Popular gaming platform Roblox. It alleges the app puts profits over people and has allowed a culture of pedophilia to run rampant. The Texas man who filed the suit is referred to as John Doe. He says he was only 11 years old when an individual in his 30s posed as a minor and began requesting illicit images from him in exchange for currency.
Hold on. I'm turning this back down on low. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
To run rampant. The Texas man who filed the suit is referred to as John Doe. He says he was only 11 years old when an individual in his 30s posed as a minor and began requesting illicit images from him in exchange for currency on the platform. Roblox has responded to the lawsuit in part saying, quote, "We are deeply troubled by any incident that endangers our users." Adding, while no system is perfect, Roblox has implemented rigorous safeguards, including restrictions on sharing personal information, links, and user-to-user image sharing, and prohibiting sexual conversations, end quote. While the abuse John Doe alleges happened in 2007, Roblox is now facing multiple lawsuits on behalf of children in at least 9 different states.
See
and
this,
that's
you
just
guys?
from this year alone. Most recently,
Did you see that? 9 different states.
from Louisiana, where the Attorney General accused the platform of similar neglect. I spoke with John Doe from that Texas lawsuit, who has requested we not use his real name. We agreed to that. We also spoke to his lawyer, Martin Gould. I started by asking John his experience of using Roblox as an 11-year-old.
As a child, you're looking for new games, something to keep you entertained and excited. And Roblox had this allure because it came with the guise of Legos, and I was a big Lego kid, love Legos. That was my thing. So of course, I see this game kind of drew me to it. So I started playing it more and more. There was no level of age verification that I remember, but hopping on, there were just bounds and bounds of people with different age ranges, types. So it was very easy to kind of branch out and start exploring, talking to different people. But as a child, you don't know the dangers of someone pretending to be someone who they're not. And unfortunately, I was a victim of that. I trusted somebody who I thought was an older person, not too much older, but an older teenager.
Sure.
This kid was saying he was 17 or so, but that was not the case. It ended up being a middle-aged man. So that's something that I really wish that Roblox would look into a little bit further.
And I've talked to so many parents. I have a teenage son. He's been playing Roblox for years. Most of my friends, their kids spend a lot of time on this platform. John, you traveled to the alleged perpetrator's home where you say you were abused, you were molested. How were you able to escape?
Finding the first door and opportunity I could, honestly. As a child, I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. The only thing I could remember is, hey, let me just get out of here. Let me find somewhere that, it's a little bit safe. I've been before. So I, walked out the door, walked down the street, and start calling friends, saying, hey, I need you to pick me up. The person who got me here just came and picked me up almost immediately. So I was very lucky in that case. But I know a lot of kids that didn't have that luxury. So
thank you for sharing your story. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I can't imagine how tough it is even now. Why is it so important to tell your story and get this out, John?
For me in particular, a lot of parents don't understand what's going on. They see something pop up on a kid's tablet or...
You guys, this is so sad because it's not even just like this game is everybody plays this game. This game is very popular. You guys know what? Hi, Spitfire. Hey, girl. Hey, love. I'm glad you're here. I can't believe this poor man. I mean, as an 11-year-old boy, as he was playing it, and it's just
phone, computers, even there's a lot of different platforms that are allowing Roblox on it as one of the games. And these kids are all age ranges. We have kids up to 6 years old to 11, 12, 13. I have 4 kids of my own. That's why it's very important for me to kind of get this information out here and say, hey, this stuff happens. It's not stories that you just read about in the news. It's things that occur every single day, and it's been happening for over 15 years. In my case, I was 11. I'm 29 now. All right, and then they're hearing the same stories over and over. It's like, what is going on?
What is going on?
What can we do to stop this from happening anymore? Because it's too much.
John, I'm in awe by your bravery. I want to talk to your lawyer now. Martin, your firm represents over 300 victims of sexual exploitation, specifically on Roblox. We should mention, we read that statement from the company. Roblox said they have implemented safety measures since 2007, which is when John alleges his abuse took place. Do these families think Roblox is doing enough to protect these children?
Parents are outraged. This company advertised itself as having, the state-of-the-art best safety features for kids. It said it was educational. It wasn't just a game for fun, but this is something that was going to teach kids coding and really be an educational game for them. Parents were throwing themselves at this game without any idea of the serious dangers that were on the site. They're outraged about that, and now they're trying to put a muzzle on a lot of these survivors.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now.
That was loud. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. It is crazy. She went missing over a year, and they still threw that stuff out, and the cops had it. But he got out of jail again until now. Crazy. Yeah, it is. He should have never been out in the first place. When they filed those charges against him, he should have never got out on bond. Never got out on bond. And then that's when he did it. He wanted to shut her up, and he did not want her to testify, and she could still be here if he got out on bond. I mean, after she made those charges, he should have been arrested and kept in jail until... It's just sad. And now we got to worry about this Roblox game. That really had me startled earlier. I could not believe that. So those are my two big main things I wanted to bring you guys. I hope Sorry it has to be on bad news or bad things always happening in this world, but I seen that and I was like, oh yeah, I have to bring this up because the roadblock situation is pretty bad. I am shocked that happened. And this and Nikki and her two sisters, I hope that they get their justice. He gets life in prison, no possibility of parole. There is a $30,000 reward for any information. So if anybody has any information, they are to call. Major Crimes Unit. I do know that. It was Major Crimes Unit at 530-245-6135. Okay. If anybody that watches this from California and you know this case and you know Nikki's story and how much, her sisters want this man put away for life so he can't hurt another woman or get married. And it's sad for the 4 children. She was a mother of 4 kids. And so from some of the pictures, they look like they were a happy family. Like, what happened? But it's sad. It's so sad. We didn't even allow the grandkids to play it or anybody. Yeah. Roadblocks is very dangerous. I can't believe that. Smoking, I'm shocked that this game is so damn popular. And Roadblock says they have stuff in play, but it doesn't seem like to me that they have very, very good measurements at all implied into this game. So, there's another one that I found. Maybe I can come back tomorrow. Today I didn't go to the gym, so tomorrow I have to go to the gym. Today I took my shower, unpacked everything, did some laundry, ate some lunch, and now I gotta go make dinner. And I promised movie night, so I'm excited to go watch a movie with the hubby. I love you all. Let me do this really quick for you guys because I like to show my appreciation, and I like to just do this for you guys. A big thank you for being here, watching, giving me my watch hours. I only have Cash App. I don't have anything else. If I ever do get a blessing, I will make sure that person, knows how much I appreciate it. Make sure we can hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please. I do a wide variety. I do a lot of true crime. I do a lot of true crime, a lot of things happening in a lot of different places. I try to cover a broad range. Even the cases that aren't getting the sunlight are getting their truth out there in the storyline out there. And their words, they're the victims. And so there's some cases that don't get a lot, and there's some cases that get a lot of attention, and sometimes it's just the little ones that really do need it. And Nikki's story went 15 months, you guys. 15 months. And then poor sisters knew. I'm sure they had that. When their sister filed the charges against that man and he got away, he got out, That court system should have knew better when she didn't come to court to testify against him, or at least have protection against her or for her, have an officer out there, have a cop following her at all times, you know? It's like she would still be here. Still be here. Still would be here if they would have just did their job. And now they got to file a first charge ever with no body. It's sad. So sad. I hope they do too. He even admitted to the people. He even admitted to somebody, an informant. So I'll keep you guys posted about that case. Like I said, I haven't heard nobody talking about it, and today I seen the article and I thought, okay, let's give it a go. I'm a big domestic violence advocate. I've been there. I didn't get the justice that I wanted. He could have did a lot more time. Instead, he found God in 3 months, and then he still went on to hurt women after, and then did more drugs, and yeah. So it's sad that this justice system doesn't do more. Like, these justice systems gotta do more. Here you guys go. Here's the outro. I gotta get it somebody. I gotta figure out how to make an outro or make a song for an outro. So we're going in with this. I love you all. I'll catch you on the next one. My hometown. You know, now you guys know that my hometown school was on a lockdown on Friday. So yesterday I got home Friday. So Friday, right by my mama's house. So peace out. I love you guys. Be safe.
Down the hall, footsteps echo in the dark. Another case, another spark. Digging deep, the secrets hide.
Thank you all. Love you all. I appreciate you all.
We're seeking truth, no stone unturned. Every clue, justice waits in hidden rooms. We won't stop. We're seeking truth. Yeah. Silent victims lost and gone. Echoes scream, but life moves on. Familiar faces, mystery calls. Answers waiting in the walls. Digging deep, but secrets hide. It survives.
Love you all. Peace out.
We're seeking truth, no stone unturned. Every clue, every word. Justice waits in hidden rooms. We won't stop. We're seeking truth.